Hello! I'm on this wonderful field where I find this bird point. Just a really short hunt, about a half an hour. And after the corn is harvested, there are unbelievable much artifacts. Mostly spells, but also some kind of scrapers. There you can see the retouch. Unbelievable much. There's also some retouch. I want to go walk this ridge over there, and then I go back to the car. But I think there will come the next video on the spot. Unbelievable. I think you can't walk even 10 meters without finding again some stuff. So it's unbelievable much. Just a spell. So you see it's raining. There has been a lot of rain. Really much. That is interesting. Retouch. Down here is the bulbous. This could be a zinken. There's some more retouch. I have to show the colleges. Wow. Okay, moving on. Excuse for the camera, but everything is wet. So here's the next scraper. And what is about that? Could be a burn. No, it's not. Just make my fingers dirty. Here's some burnt flint. Evidence for habitation. Next spell. Okay, moving on. Now I just found this spell. That's not that interesting. But I also found this one. This should be part of a blade core. I take a look at home with a magnifying glass. If I can see in which directions it has been taken. Could be multi-directional, but it could be also just in one direction. If it's just in one direction, then it's again more mesolithic or another scraper. Really nice. What is that? Could be also a tool, just a spell, I think. So moving on. And now I'm here on this ridge where I want to go. Take a look. Okay. See you soon. And again, I found a drill made of a spell. Down here was the bulbous, and they use this preformed and do some retouch on this side. And thank God, it's only sand. You can see it on the shoes. At first I thought I got a core axe. So it's a very nice field to walk. So not sticky at all. Okay, moving on. It's a shame today I have to move very fast and just take a quick look around. Now I just found this nice piece of blade. No retouch, no nothing. I think the bulbous is missing. Must have been somewhere there. Maybe I can see some banner lines. No. So just a piece of blade, leave it in the field. Bye bye. Till the next find. So there's the next scraper retouch on this side, no retouch on this side, but there's some, and this could be also something. There's a bulbous. No, there's no retouch. Maybe in the tip. What is that? That is nice preparation part of a blade core. Here's a bulbous. Is there some retouch? No, nothing. Maybe they used it for something, I have no idea. But that looks a little bit older. Maybe Mesolithic. I have no idea. And there's the next part. But no retouch. There's the next one. Also just preparation part. There is so unbelievable much. And it's again a shame that I have to move so fast. So I just leave it. Nice piece of blade. There was a small hinge, so just leave it. But I would guess it's Mesolithic because the spats I take off are so narrow. Anyway, nice to find. Sorry. Here's the next one. There's a retouch on this side. Some kind of hollow scraper. Just leave it. Doesn't make any sense to take it all with you home. I just take the finest parts that also the colleges can do. Or they can, how should I say it? Again, cleaning part, broken blade. So that I can say which time period it is. So just say it in simple words. Okay, moving on. Is there some fine piece? I come back. And again, small burren-like tool or drill, handheld. Bulbous is down here. And then you got, I would call it more burren strike or burren flaking. What is that? That is just too much for one. But until now, all my colleagues are on other fields. They're also really busy. Call it like that. And so I have to move on. Okay, if there's something, I come back. So I just found this big S scraper. So should be Neolithic. Looks nearly fresh. So I'm also nearly on the end of my hunt. I just have 5 minutes to go back to the car. And so this could be the rest of the blade core. It hinged a lot. Okay. If there's coming one more fine piece, I come back. Otherwise I say thank you, bye bye, and till next time. So I just said it, And this looks like a scraper, got a lot of retouch on the sides. Maybe it was also just for smoothing heights, because it's a hinged blade. I don't think it was a cutting edge. So here's another one. Looks older. That looks Mesolithic minimum. Just leave it here. It's too much to carry home. Okay, bye bye. Finally, I'm back in my Thunder Valley again, and I just take a few steps here, and the first two finds, I think it's a waist piece. I don't think there's some retouch on it, but this looks interesting. Some kind of burn. Got some retouch. Can you see it? Yes, like this. There's some retouch on this side. Not sure with the time period. At least it's a tool. So, fingers crossed. Take a look. And now the jets are coming. But you can only hear them. Okay, till next time. So there you can also see how steep it goes upwards. And there are two more spells. There's also some retouch on it. Clean it on my shirt. Oh, but maybe it's farm damage. There's one initial spell for cleaning the cortex. I don't think it's a retouch. So, moving on. Down there you can see the stream running. And looking forward for some proper fight. So, but here's some kind of scraper or carving tool, I have no idea, maybe a drill. That is retouch. Just a piece of blade that they worked on. Moving on. So, now I just found this drill. Half as long as my hand. Really nicely made. Got a hell lot of retouch. Really nice. And one big chunky scraper. This damage in the corner is fresh, but that is some. I just leave this one here. Then I got this one. Also got some retouch. And then I got this colic here. Yeah. Also got a retouch. Okay. Moving on. So now the farmer was here and he informed me, very nice, that he put grain in yesterday. It doesn't look like, because it got some heavy rain one night or this night, and he asked me politely to leave. So here's the last find. some kind of scraper, I think. Got some heavy retouch on this side, also here, and some here. I have no idea, it's some scraper like stuff. I just leave it here. So on to the next field. So now, after the farmer didn't want me on this field again, or anymore, so I just switched to the field where I was 2 days ago, and where there were so many artifacts and flint and stone, and you have no idea how many there is. If there's something nice, I come back. So, the first find of this spot is this. I don't know what it is exactly. At first it's a spell. Purpose is down here, strike in this direction. And then, normally you would estimate the recharge driven from this side to create this scraper edge. But this is the opposite case. There you get clearly some retouch. It looks more than a preparing core, than a wanted tool. So, also a spell. No idea what it is. Some kind of tool. What is that? Okay, but is there something? As always, I come back. So now I'm standing here directly in this old water hole. Maybe it was a pond. But on the shore of this former pond, I found this blade. Got some retouch over here. Maybe they use it as a blade. But it's roughly made. So, and now I just spotted this piece of wood. Looks more than charcoal. No idea. Moving on. But at first, there's another spell. Sorry. Strike in this direction. You can see some banner lines. And should be the foot of a black core. Okay, moving on. And here, this should be some kind of scraper. Here you can see some retouch, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure it's a spell, because here's the bulbous. You can see the banner lines, but it also looks a little bit retouched over here. Not the prettiest one. And there, another piece of blade, the distal end. Maybe Mesolithic. Moving on. Yes, it looks a little bit that they use this area here as a sand pit, because behind this hedge there's a steep angle. No, it goes upward, really steep. So I think they use it as a sand pit. So I just spare this part of the field. And now I'm taking this former height from there to there. Moving on. Oh. Some residues. Okay, moving on. So now I'm directly on the top, and now I got something that looks a little bit like a drill. And yes, it is a drill. more feel it than see it. Got also retouch over here. So this should be a nice drill. Nice. Point of interest for the ecologist. Moving on. Again, some kind of tool. Got some retouch on this side. Maybe some hollow scraper for preparing arrow shafts. So, and that also, oh, that was my magnifying glass. Oh. Some kind of blade core. So nice, but they don't took it so serious. It looks like. And what is that? That is nothing. They take a spell off. You can see it. Here's a negative of a bulbous. And this looks like could have been a burn. Not 100% sure. Here was a bulbous. They just discarded. And here's the next nice piece of blade. Now it's on a hot spot. Has been taken from this direction to this direction. Another spell from this to this. And yes, the third strike also goes from down here up there. But no, there's so many. Again, some kind of tool. Looks like a retouch. But for what, I have no idea. Okay, moving on. And again, another tool. This could be, or could have been hefted, because when they hefted their tools, often they take a spell on the top side that they can fix it better with some kind of textile fiber. Yipski. And another piece of something. That looks nice and make a point of interest. And what is that? Also here. Or is that retouch? I have no idea. No, I don't think so. Okay, one point of interest. And then I'm moving on. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe I also go over there, because there was also a hot spot. There's a dead seagull or a swan, something like that. Interesting, interesting. Moving on. So, here's the next proper find. Some kind of scraper retouch on the right side. Maybe this was a barren edge. Some kind of combine tool. There's also some retouch on this edge. Okay, but from now on I'll make it short, because the finds are coming and coming. And there was also some kind of bladelet. Where was it? Have to go a little back. Oh, that's not the right one. But again, some kind of flint. And now Oh, that's it. Okay, moving on. And another blade, another scraper-like tool. What makes it suspicious for me is this cloudy flint. Oh, this leopard flint. Tried to take some splats off, hinged, and then they just do scrape off it. There's the next piece of flint. So, moving on. Next tool. Some kind of engraving tool or perforator, I have no idea. Retouch all the way around. Also on the tip is some retouch. At first it just stick like this out of the earth. I thought, oh, arrow point, but no, just some kind of tool. Okay, I'll just leave it here. Another piece of blade lead running out before time. And what is that? Should be a square piece of calcite. They call it Baltic jade. So, moving on. That looks a little bit like a nice disc scraper. And yes, it is. Retouch all around. Really cool. They also do some retouch on the opposite side. But here you got it all the way around. Really nice. No idea which time period it is. Starting Fatima. So maybe early Neolithic. So moving on. And another nice piece of blade. But there's no retouch, no nothing. Looks Mesolithic. Just leave it here in the field. So now I'm directly to the spot where I found this bird point. So now I also just found this piece of white burnt flint, totally white burnt flint, on the spot. So it should have been a grave hill. That was totally destroyed. So, like always, there's no time left. Today I'm not going to this hill. I just take one quick around on the opposite side of this pond and then I'm done. Okay, moving. Oh, here's another scraper-like tool. Bulbous down here, and then they do some, maybe in some other light. Anyway, they take some retouch over here. Not the prettiest one. Some modern farm damage. But slowly I'm also done for the day. It's really exhausting to keep always focus on the bottom and yeah. But just doing this ridge, or I do this ridge and then I'm done for today. Okay, moving on. Oh, one of the few evidence for blade core, the cleaning part. They do some, or they wanted to do some blades. You can also see some negatives here, but then it hinged completely and then they take a spell off. Here's the bulbous, but it doesn't look like it worked out well. And another scraper, some scraper retouch. It just leaves the scrapers, so more for the rest. What is that? Could it be a handed blade core? No. On this spot there are nearly no blade cores. It's absolutely astonishing. And another tool. You can see the negatives running. But I think it's some kind of drilling. Here you can see just one fast clean on the pullover. It was a drill. Some retouch from this side, and over here. Something nice to drill. Okay, and another perforator. Got some, where it was, here. Got some retouch over here. But just a perforator, nothing special. Oh, behind this hedge is my car. Slowly, I'm tired. So, as always, thank you for your attention. Stay safe. We'll see you next time. Thank you for the fish. So, and now to the end. Oh, one thing, what is that? Oh, another one. Should be. So, this could be a perforator. Anyway, it's a blade, a piece of blade. Exactly, there's a retouch. Just leave it here, and then I lost something. Now where has it fallen? Better. So, then another perforator. Not the prettiest one, but I got retouch over here and over there, over there, over there. Just leave it. The scraper. There you can see the scraper retouch, especially on this side. Then you got another scraper, scraping tool. Actually, there's some slight retouch. Hard to see, but it's really fine. And then I got this piece of back blade. It got retouch on this side. So must have been a piece of blade. Bulbous, strike in this direction. Little blade that run out, it hinged, but they use it for something, I have no idea. Maybe it was part of a composite spearhead or arrowhead, I have no idea. And also here, got retouch on this side, some kind of engraving tool. So, but now I'm done. Totally finished. I'm not in the mood anymore. So, bye bye.